Day 800. 800? It is, it's day 800 of consecutive videos talking about not very much, it seems. Yeah, that's a fair amount, and I'm surprised I've kept it up this long, to be honest. Normally with something like this, it'll tail off, and I know I've changed up the content, and I keep threatening, don't I, to put some other stuff on the channel, and I am actually going to do that because I'm not enjoying the hobby YouTubing stuff as much as I was. It's growing, the channel is growing, gets new subscribers literally every month now. Some videos do significantly better than others, but I'm almost done with my back catalogue of the army projects that I'd done, and I want to change things a little bit, and I don't want to kind of get caught into the grind of just doing hobby videos without a purpose, you know what I mean? So I want to put some stuff on here like around other stuff, like the cameras and that sort of thing. And that's one of the things that I want to talk about more when I do this, is as well as the diarization, I want to have other videos that I do alongside these. And I know it's a bit of a faux pas to do too many different things on a single channel on YouTube, but I don't particularly want to start another channel just for whatever bits and pieces might take my fancy at a given time. If I want to do a game review, or I don't know, a bit of equipment review or something like that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to think of a way to put that all on here, and I'll probably just use different thumbnails and different playlists. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to try and do that over the next few months. I'm going to give myself a little bit of agency there, and I think I'm going to put something on the hobby channel just saying that I'm coming to the end of those videos, and perhaps put some different type of content on there and see how that affects the watch figures, and see if it makes any difference. It doesn't really matter that much, because it's not like I'm doing it for any reason, that's it. But the way that my mind works, I get kind of like caught up in that that routine of just doing something, and that's not necessarily a positive thing in every situation. Some ways it is, some ways it's not, and I think it's just adding additional overhead to a schedule I don't have time to put everything in already. So perhaps that's what needs to give, and I think that's probably the right decision. Especially when I'm not feeling 100% the majority of the time at the moment. I think that's down to a combination of things, while I kind of figure out the job situation and all the other stuff going on in life. So yeah, that's that. I've purposefully not talked about anything going on in the world at the moment, because it's like, I think everybody hopefully keeps an eye on the news and such, and it's not good, but there's not a great deal to say around that, is there, right now where we are. One of the things that has caught my attention, and I've found it very irksome, is how normalized, like, things like the weight loss jab is a prime example of this, and what they call not surgeries, but I mean, they are cosmetic procedures, but you're basically like relying on Botox and things like that. How normalized and accepted those things are. So weight loss jabs, lip fillers, Botox, all of that crap. Yet as soon as anybody talks about steroids or like PEDs, it's completely kind of like the same people will be like totally against it. It's like, well, you're doing these things and then you're arguing that this is something that should be banned and made illegal, which I find highly annoying. If I had the disposable income to be like taking testosterone or HGH or Tren or anything like that, at this point in my life, I absolutely would be on it. Like, no doubt about it, I would. And I've never taken any steroid or anything in my life. It's just not something I've been interested in up until I got to a certain point where it's just like, yeah, you cannot get to that level without taking PEDs. And it's like, it's done in every single gym in the country. I've got a few people that I know who are on various cocktails and do on and off cycles, and I know how much it costs them. And I know how, ironically, a couple of them have partners that they don't agree with what they're doing, yet they also, on the other hand, are getting crap for being on roids themselves or whatever. So yeah, I find that highly annoying at the moment, and it's something that keeps popping up in conversation with colleagues at work, just by the by. And I was like, whoosh. I don't get involved in it because it's just like, right, fine, whatever. But yeah, I find that irksome somewhat. And the other thing is around AI and people not fact checking shit, or like reading news stories. Specifically, I had a conversation with my missus the other day, and she'd read something, and I know exactly what story she was talking about, and it just goes to show, like, even when stories aren't read on social media, the over sensationalization of what's being spoken about, and the proliferation of not fact checking when you read something. So this was specifically a story about cars, JQ cars getting recalled, like X thousands of them. Oh, they're unsafe, all of that. Not the case at all. And I'd read the same story on a couple of different car sites. If you know me, I'm into cars and such. So obviously this is something that happened in the echo chambers that I frequent. But then when it hit the mainstream media, it was overly sensationalized, and you could tell some of the stories had been written by AI, and they didn't have that specific bits of information that you needed, and the verbiage was really, really, really bad. And it's just like, it winds me up that people consume all of this crap online. Perhaps they do realize it's AI, perhaps they're not realizing it's AI, and then we see it time and again at work. It's like, you don't know how to do something, AI. And it gets progressively worse. It's almost like it's pushing us down this state of idiocracy to a level, like to a level and a speed of getting there that's been unprecedented up until now. And it absolutely terrifies me as a parent to a young child that this is the kind of world that he's going to be into. And I'm making a conscious effort, as I said before, to not be on my phone as much around him, because I don't want him to have it normalize the consumption of that amount of slop, and that is the only term that I can use for it, is okay. And especially on the visual social media platforms, where it's like AI generated shorts and gubbins. It's just like, absolutely just, I hated social media before, but now I'm in like a militant mindset of how much I hate. Even my dad was showing me something a couple of weeks ago and telling me about a story that he'd seen on YouTube, and then he was watching a YouTube channel. It's like, it was, and he doesn't know. My dad's retired, doesn't know anything about really like filtering out generative AI content or such. And it was all like AI voiceover crap, and the majority of what it was just like all bullshit. But this just goes to show how ingrained it is in society now, and it terrifies me. Like, genuinely terrifies me that this is something that we've already got ingrained into our lives after 3 years. Wow. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I need to go back home and I'm going to have an hour with the little one and the missus and then jump back onto work. I'm going to be working tonight and tomorrow night. I've really got to break the back of this presentation now and just get it done. And yeah, that's where I am now, so nothing else. I won't be replying to texts, emails or anything else. Head down, just going to get this sorted out because it's preyed on my mind long enough now and I'm not getting any support from anywhere, so it's tough. I'm just going to smash it, do it myself, and it is what it is. Whatever will be, will in fact be. Alright, well, I'll see you tomorrow for 801, see how it goes, and yeah, have a good one. See ya.